everybody. My name is Anne, and I'm one of the co-founders of Glüxkind. After 2 very exciting days here in Geneva, where we heard so many inspiring conversations about the application of AI and robotics for the greater good, it is now our pleasure to present to you our AI-powered robot, Ella. We leverage AI to empower everybody with effortless mobility. And before we dive in to the technology, we don't want to miss the opportunity to thank the ITU, and particularly the AI for Good team, for the invitation and for giving us the platform to talk about our technology, our mission, and our story today.
So I'm Kevin. I'm co-founder of Glüxkind with Anne. This is a very personal story for us, as Glüxkind was founded 3 years ago in Vancouver when we also welcomed our baby daughter. When we were becoming parents, we were stroller shopping, and we found that the market needed something better. And after talking to more than 300 other parents, we realized, we weren't alone in wanting something that's more inclusive, that's more supportive, that is actually fit for modern parenting. And here we are 3 years later here at the AI for Good stage, showcasing Ella, the smartest stroller in the world. And yeah.
I need a quick help from the audience and a quick show of hands. Who here has grown up with grandparents, living around the corner, a short drive away, or even living in the same house? So what used to be pretty normal for most parts of the Western world is just not the reality that a lot of parents today live in. Yeah. So that has different reasons. For one, families are just a lot more globally dispersed and grandparents not within reach. Also, people decide to have kids later in life, putting grandparents at a higher age where they might not physically be able to play an active role in raising the next generation. That also inevitably leads to a lot of young families finding themselves in like a dual care bind where they take care of their children and their parents at the same time. To add to that, a lot of families also don't have access to sufficient parental leave. The lines between work and life get really blurry, and it's becoming a challenge to access high-quality childcare. All of those aspects add to the physical and mental burden that families carry today.
Last but not least, most parent support products aren't very inclusive these days. Over 10% of new parents live with some form of disability that makes it nearly impossible for them to stay independent when they enter parenthood. Just using strollers as an example, a custom stroller for parents with special needs or children with special needs start at $10,000 and easily goes above $20,000. For the average family, if you don't have insurance, that you're pretty much homebound. So, along with all these macro and micro level challenges that are facing the parents of today, we really need better solutions, more supportive solutions to help people stay mobile and to have an active lifestyle. Overall, with all these challenges, it's no wonder why so many young people today are foregoing parenthood. They're not having kids. Birth rates are lower than replacement rates in many developed countries. And these problems will be even more challenging as more and more folks retire.
So why does it matter today? There are about 671 million kids under the age of 5 in the world. Those kids, they require a lot of attention, love, and care on a daily basis. There's a saying, I think a lot of you know that, it takes a village to raise a child, and that saying doesn't exist for no reason. Although that village is simply not there for a lot of families today. So it's not surprising that parental burnout rates are up to 10% in the more individualistic countries. Today's parents need and deserve more support, whether that being on an institutional level or on an individual consumer level. And we decided to start on the consumer level.
So, introducing Ella, the AI-powered baby stroller. It's our award-winning innovation that is there designed for modern parenting. It's there to enable empowering parents to have more freedom, mobility, without sacrificing safety for the infant. Basically, it's all the adaptive cruise control technologies that we're fairly familiar with in cars, all that safety tech, fairly mature, put into a stroller form factor for the sleep-deprived parent. It's designed and made by parents for parents in the world. So how does it work? Well, first of all, starting with brake assist, intelligent brake assist. With automatic braking, a runaway stroller will never happen again. As soon as you let go of the stroller, it stops. So when you're on a steep hill, it's always there to support you. If your hat flies off, you try to grab it, get distracted for a second, it's there to help you, giving you an extra hand. It's safety for the baby and peace of mind for the parents. Safety tech that is user-friendly and easy to use. Because after all, if you only build safety features that's not easy to use, people won't use it. Isn't that clicking? Secondly, when you're on the go, whether you're on a hill or on flat land, having some assistance to move your toddler or groceries is incredibly helpful. With Ella, you can load 50 kilos along with the baby, plus groceries, and grandma can take it up the steepest hills in San Francisco with one hand, effortlessly. This is where we can empower older grandparents to also help support the younger family if they're around.
We combine a lot of products that currently exist as individual products into this integrated stroller product. What you see is our Rock My Baby feature, which enables babies to get the sleep they need for their development and parents to finally take a little bit of a break. We also have built-in speakers for white noise or story time as the kid ages, so it's all in one package. Yeah. So enabling parents to take a break is one of the key prescribed methods to prevent parental burnout. It's about safety and convenience, but most importantly, it's about letting parents spend their time and energy on who matters most. It's about spending more quality time without the constant need for multitasking. Ella has built-in sensors and cameras that help her navigate the pedestrian environment. If parents want to take their crying baby out of the stroller and hold them with two hands while continuing their walk, they can do that while Ella strolls along. If grandparents want to go for a walk with their toddler and bring the stroller along, they can do that too. And Ella follows them autonomously. The unoccupied stroller is able to self-drive, stays within arm's reach distance to the user, detects and avoids obstacles, and stops at intersections.
So for some users, for some parents, this is an assistive device. But for others, this is life-changing. Earlier, I talked about help supporting those with disability. Well, this young man here, this was taken recently at a different trade show, where this young man in a wheelchair was able to try hands-free mode, where his mom is also in a wheelchair. She stated that, if she had this kind of product when she was raising her two kids, her life would be very different, right? Being able to support parents in a different way with modern technology that is what we're here to do. Additionally, when you have power assistance, you enable people who may need that extra support to be more mobile. For example, moms who just had a C-section, or those who just had an injury or after surgery. It includes grandparents in a different way. It's modular. You remove the seat. You can attach bassinets or even a shopping cart or even your golf bags attachment so that you can extend the usability of the product afterwards. So it's not just for babies. It can be used from 0 to old age. It's a platform that we're building to assist human mobility in the pedestrian environment. After all, at the end of the day, we have driver assist systems for drivers. Why don't we have parent assist systems for sleep-deprived families?
So what's our impact today? So right now we're promoting an active lifestyle for people of various physical abilities. We're also lightening the load of care work, especially for young parents, and enable a more sustainable lifestyle for a lot of urban communities with our micromobility solution that can be a replacement of a car. Ella contributes to creating a more equitable, healthy, and sustainable world for young families. Yeah.
So where are we going? Well, in the future, we would like to promote more sustainable consumption and production of our units. Right now, it is a direct-to-consumer model. People buy it, they use it, they can resell it. But why do you actually have to fly with a stroller, right? If you're flying from Europe to North America, why do you have to take your stroller with you? Why can't you just rent one just like a car? So these are the things that can be changed. We would like to facilitate more education and awareness of the parenting challenges as well as child rearing challenges. And we would like to expand our product portfolio from this mobility platform from infants to seniors, helping seniors get around, whether it's shopping and staying independent for longer. It's a mobility platform built with modern safety tech. So we're here to create change for the better.
It's about care, not just, as Kevin said, not just for babies, but for everybody regardless of age and physical ability. But what is care? Care is the provision of support to promote the well-being of a person in need. It's a lot about creating a physical connection, a meaningful connection, empathy, assessing needs, and that interpersonal relationship between the person receiving care and giving care. Yet, in today's settings, there is a lot of tasks involved that don't necessarily contribute to that interpersonal relationship.
The care economy, especially non-paid care work, has huge potentials for improvement, right? And this is not only from a gender equality perspective. Even though there's massive opportunity costs for women who are the predominant players in the non-paid care work. So by building products and services to make it more efficient for them to do these kind of care work, or for anybody in the care realm, whether it's in a facility or whether it's at home, this is where we can actually tackle some of the challenges that are coming up as there is an increase in care work required in the world with people aging and the decrease in number of care workers, which is actually, I'm sure everyone here is aware of or through after COVID, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, so as I said, there's a lot of tasks that are required that don't necessarily contribute to that personal relationship between caregiver and care receiver. This is where I think we can be a lot smarter, reduce the load, and leverage the power of AI and robotics for the greater good.
So, well, we choose to start with mobility. Glüxkind is lightening the load for families. With Ella, our new family member, it's just the beginning of how we can support humans to get around, and with AI and technology. Because at the end of the day, we care for people who care. Thank you. I guess now it's time for questions.
Any questions?
Sorry? Battery life. So the question is, how's the battery life? So with our full-size battery, for the typical family, you charge it once a week. With our travel battery, which has smaller capacity, it runs for a full day. For example, yesterday, with the smaller battery, we ran it all day here, no problems. Yeah. The weight of the battery. So the weight of the frame is about 30 pounds. It is a modular system because you're right. To make a stroller, you have to keep it lightweight, as people have to fold it and put it into a car to move it around, right? So that's why we actually created a whole, it's a complete modular system. The seat pops out, the battery is removable, and you fold it, you you separate all the heavy components so that it doesn't become this one giant heavy stroller. Yep. Yep. Any other questions? Sorry?
How about the maintenance of the stroller?
Great question. The question was, how about the maintenance? Well, as a typical stroller, it goes through, or any actual baby product, it goes through lots of use and abuse. And we actually designed with that in mind. So there is multiple layers of safety as well as safety factors built in so that, for example, I am the typical tester for our unit, so I'm 150 pounds, whereas this is rated for 50 pounds for a child. So we can ensure that throughout the 5 years of lifespan of the stroller, when it's carrying babies, it's durable.
There are also
The B2B model, and for the B2B model, it's more on like the rental.
Sorry?
You're saying when you kind of go to another sustainable goal, like the B2B market, the rental side. So
Yeah,
who
right.
will take care of that maintenance? Sorry.
Yeah, right now we sell the strollers directly on our website as a direct-to-consumer model, but we already discovered a lot of different models of how we could implement it as a B2B model, provided to families for a shorter period of time when they might recover from moms might recover from a C-section, they might have had an injury or surgery where they require just an additional support for a short period of time. Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you.
I have a question as a lawyer. I'm just curious, and as a parent also, we developed a product with my husband when we had a baby also. It was a hammock that was going up and down. But I never thought about commercializing it because I thought the European Union is so strict on rules, and to have something approved like this with babies, you need to make sure that it will never do something strange. And so I was wondering in terms of approval process, how long it took and what kind of tests you went through.
That is a great question. So the question is, how long did it take through the approval process as well as testing? As you mentioned, the European rules are very strict. And in the baby realm, in the certification realm, the European standards, the testing requirements are actually the strictest. So that is actually what we follow. Just as of last month, we actually completed some of the major tests required for durability and safety of the stroller. So we actually follow exactly the European standards, even though it is right now only available in North America, as we're based in North America, but we will expand that capacity later on. So with every country, there's different certification requirements that's slightly adjusted, but the durability and, we typically take the European standards as the gold standard. Any other questions?
Well, thank you very much. If you want to try what the assistance feels like, our booth is right over there next to the SDG stage, and there's conveniently the ramp that leads into the main room that you can test it, and we're happy to give you a bit more of an explanation.
Yeah, it's one thing to see it, it's another thing to actually try it. Thank you.
Thanks.